and then all of a sudden it just starts getting annoying at some point.
Some of them have good lines. I try and rotate them out.
Yeah, maybe I should as well. I do like this tight set, by the way. Let's take a look at who's playing what. We have got Kezu playing the Tide Hunter on the offlane. We got MidOne respecting Dendi on his Queen of Pain. We got top lane, we've got MP on his Phantom Lancer. Puppy on the Lich, and last but not least, and already very deep inside enemy territory, it is Yapzor on the Earth Shaker. Speaking of enemies, well, enemies from Team Secret in this case, but LGD don't consider themselves enemies, of course. It's Ame for Anti-Mage, we have Yao for the Shadow Shaman, and Somnus is going to be playing the Timber Saw. Victoria on the Kunkka, and last but not least, it is, there he is, 11 on the Clockwork, who has found himself a Phantom Lancer. 11 hasn't skilled anything yet. He could lock them in cogs if he wanted to, but that's just not worth it. He knows that MP is just going to get himself out anyway. There's no kill potential.
Still good getting damage on him. He doesn't have the Poor Man's Shield. We see this build pretty commonly, 2 slippers to start off with, but you're actually very weak until you get your shield.
Yeah. Punched.
Okay, AM. Ooh, they're scared to go up that hill.
They really are. Rightfully so. They have vision, and I think with that movement there, LGD knows that, so already a sentry on Yao. He might not want to counter it. Now that he knows where it is, they can just avoid it.
But that's sweet money and experience.
Yeah, I know. the temptation, but it's not gonna happen.
So Yapzor gets that block off on the bottom lane, makes things a lot easier for Kezu. I don't actually know if they have enough damage to zone out the Tide. Probably not.
Shadow Shaman's right clicks, do not underestimate them. He is hitting like a truck. 74! This is something that carries only dream of. Look at this anti-mage, he's sitting on 57.
Yeah, he's like ranged tree.
Yeah, it's really it's super high, so perhaps with that, and also no shield on the Tide, and obviously no Kraken yet, so I think he's okay. At least, as you said, that block made all the difference, making sure that Kezu can get that experience. So looking at the lanes, you already said that that Secret has got slightly stronger lanes, perhaps?
Yeah, Quap generally regarded as one of the stronger mid laners, and then Lich in the early game. You should pretty much always be ahead in golden XP, I would say, in the early game with Lich. If not, you're doing something dreadfully wrong. But yeah, Lich is actually denying up top a lot, just because I don't think that he thinks the Queen of Pain needs help. If it were like Queen of Pain versus Puck, he'd probably head a little bit to the mid lane, but versus Timber Saw, not as important. And especially when you have a Kunkka sitting in the mid lane, Kunkka isn't really going to be able to zone anyone out. Just throw out a lot of torrents and be super annoying.
I mean, look at this. This is a lot of damage coming out to MidOne already, and he does not have the Earthshaker.
He's been landing all his torrents, so that's actually pretty good for them, because he doesn't have a Sal coming out yet, and that's a free wave for maybe.
And that's a very low mana cost spell as well, so we can just keep spamming those out. In the meantime, 11 is having a bit of a tricky time here against Puppy, but he's still getting a lot of experience, so still doing quite okay, I would imagine. Tidehunter's out of mana, poor guy. But level 3, actually, right now with Kraken Shell level 2, the Shadow Shaman is not going to have as good of a time harassing him out.
Yeah. He did get the early Obra Venom on the anti-mage. I do like it a lot when you, because versus Kraken you don't. Yeah, plus 15.
Woo. It seems to be the new thing today.
Yeah.
Every core Orb of Venom.
You can actually do something in the early game, because generally you view anti-mage as a hero that doesn't do anything before Battle Fury. But with the Orb of Venom build, I think your kill potential up in the lane goes a lot, especially when you have a ranged tree like Shadow Shaman. It just blast the Tidehunter.
Ranged tree, oh, Poppy in a bit of trouble there, gets stuck in the cogs with the Clockwork. With the battery sold on, and 11 gets the first blood. Don't think he's going to get away from this one, though. He's a bit locked in between Yapzor and MP, just trying to find himself a way out. Doesn't have a tango to eat. Oh, he did, actually, but he didn't eat it, and he didn't get out, basically. 1-for-1 trade, but worth it for the first blood, and also forcing Yapzor to be top for a little while longer.
Has to be so satisfying for 11 killing the Lich. He's like, you ate like 4 of my range creeps. I will get my revenge.
I just sense the hate coming up.
Yeah.
The annoyance of
it's awful.
Yeah.
The thing is, there's no counterplay to it. You can't like do anything about it. It's just gone.
You just have to rely on the fact you can generally kill Lich
Yeah.
easy late game, but then again, it's not a priority, and he's just gonna be annoying.
No one wants to wait for sweet revenge, though, Shiver.
That's
You
true.
want immediate, swift revenge.
All right. Well, 11 got it. Let's see if he got it again. And normally, you should not get caught by Clockwork like that, by the way. I feel like that's
Lich is slow.
Lich is just very slow. And Clockwork, he didn't even have boots yet. He's on 315.
Yeah.
Lich is on 315 as
What?
well.
When did he get 315? Was he always 315? I don't think he was always 315.
No, I mean, he's probably get buffed. Everybody gets movement speed. Why not Lich?
Maybe I just associated him with Crystal Maiden. He's icy here. Okay, they just
Oh, Victoria. That's a very costly double damage rune. He's not even going to be able to use it. He's just hunted down. Puppy one more right click, but MidOne's dagger ticked over.
That was a crazy fissure. The fissure like pulled him to the other side of it. There was like no chance of him escaping after that. Even without that, it would have blocked him. Oh, man, steal.
Yeah, and he had vision there too. There was a ward up the high ground. A bit of a risky double damage rune grab.
He's still... It takes away pressure from Maybe, because now Maybe doesn't have to worry about getting harassed by Quap with DD. That's even worse. MidOne actually went for a 1-1-3. No 2 points. Prioritizing farming a little bit more. Realizing level 3 reactive with Cloak and Poor Main Shield, probably not the best play top lane.
Oh, top lane has a dead Phantom Lancer.
Uh-oh.
Victoria rotated around, and that's all it took. He got one X mark, one torrent. All of a sudden, that's a very costly one, and they get. They should be able to get this ward. I think the creep is gonna see the range creep and the siege creep. Yeah, before the C3 disappears, and P still gets the gold as well. That's nice. That's very satisfying.
Is that like revenge?
No, but
I will get your ward.
You know that that's a fresh ward, and
Yeah.
at the start of the game, these wards are so important. You're very limited as a support, and they're very expensive as well. And especially if you're a Kunkka that's just roaming around, you're not going to get that much gold out. So, it's a costly. Look at that scan! How did they know?
I wonder if they know that he placed a ward there. There's a soul ring headed up.
They probably did, because they scanned that he was there. I don't know how they realized that it's nighttime. They shouldn't know, right?
Yeah, just...
That is very aware.
Yeah. Definitely know where Kunkka's gonna be. He's the one that's doing the majority of the roaming, so he's either in between mid or top after killing top lane. But now it's just Puppy sitting in the middle lane. And Quap is making a move towards bottom with that level 6. Yapzor. This is such a tough game. You look at Yao. Yao's like sitting right behind. So if Quap blinks in... It's already strange that Quap's left her lane, because she's not level 7. She doesn't even have boots. So you know something funky is happening.
We got an Invis rune on the Kunkka in the meantime, trying to wrap around behind the mid tower. So if that gank happens on bot lane, they'll probably rotate around here or make a move here too. They already are going. Puppy taking a lot of damage already. Kezu can't really do anything about this, and Puppy will drop. Maybe just getting an easy kill right there. Kezu obviously tanky enough to survive, but he can't really do anything either.
And in the meantime, Quap almost dies on bottom. She got shackled from the fog by Shadow Shaman, and now they already had a shrine. So this is... They need something to happen pretty soon. Tidehunter is level 6. He just did skill Ravage. I actually see Tidehunter's not skill Ravage because they can farm the Ancients a little bit faster without it, but they need space for the PL. PLs might die again here.
Oh, tricky movements there. LGD has got Victoria again rotated up to help 11. 11 is level 6 as well, by the way, so we might be able to make something happen soon. This Timber Saw. Shaker is close by, Puppy's close by. They got 3 people here. And they don't have enough damage though, he's just so tanky. He's got 13 stick charges as well.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
Just 34 armor. This is usually reserved for like heroes in the late game with Shivas. That's that high tier of armor.
This is a Wraith boss right now, and he doesn't even need help from anybody else. So Victoria is just free to rotate, and I feel like MidOne has to be careful here. He's taking a lot of damage. He's fine though, for now.
How fun would it be just being a Timbersaw in this situation where no one can touch you?
And the amount of lockdown that's there is just Earthshaker.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to stand too close, because as you said earlier, he's just going to be a support. He's going to be very squishy, and he's also going to be in a lot of trouble right now. And he's also going to be very dead. That's one of the more satisfying things as a Clockwork with Battery Assault. Hero like Earthshaker, Jakiro is another one, but you just, you try to raise your totem, and you just can't.
We need to tier a list of most satisfying things in this game. Killing Lich after he's denied you a bunch of range creeps.
Battery Assault.
Battery Assault.
Especially knowing that he's one of the heroes that has one of the only disables. If Clockwork can get a jump on Earthshaker, it's just a free range for the Timbersaw to do whatever he wants.
Yep, especially a support Earthshaker who's not likely to get Force Staff anytime soon. Puppy's doing his best to prevent this mid tower from falling, does constantly Frost Armor it. However, doesn't really look like he's going to be able to save it from its imminent demise. And at the same time, Ame's just sitting on bottom. He has a Zoov, he went to work on those heroes, but now he's going to work on those towers.
Yep, well, his anti-mage is not pressured at all.
Or is that, how satisfying is that? Just being able to free farm as anti-mage with no one in your lane.
I can't imagine how, that must be very boring for him. Like, here he is.
Carry players love hitting creeps.
I know, but I can't relate to that. That's just not, I would want to fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's having a great game so far. He's not being pressured. Kezu, I thought Kezu was doing quite well at the start, but he wasn't able, obviously, to pressure an anti-mage at the same time. His levels are still quite good. He has got the Ravage up if he wants to use it. But they don't really have the follow-up damage. This looks like a very dead Lich, by the way. They wrapped around the tower for that. There's just really no competition. Yeah, it was daytime. They had vision on him. And they get the tier 1 as well. Meantime, bottom lane, a bit of pressure from Team Secret. They've got 3 people hanging out there, but now with the Timbersaw rotating in, with the Ravage, the Sonic Wave, it doesn't matter. They shouldn't have the damage to take him down unless there's some big mistakes coming out from maybe. Well,
Yao's pretty unhappy that his stack got taken out, but that will be the trade. At least it's not an objective.
And actually, with the Timbersaw rotating, at least Phantom Lancer was alone for a little bit. I say a little bit because they're still Victoria, they're still 11, and they should still be able to get that kill. He's going to try to dodge that. A lot of damage taken. He's actually able to get away. Nope, never mind. Anti-Mage coming in. Mana Void doesn't do it, but it doesn't matter. There's no man on the Phantom Lancer. Sonic Wave, actually. Ame, gotta be careful. And MP just turns around and punches him and gets the kill. That Queen of Pain. I don't think that Ame was aware that was a Queen of Pain coming out to help.
Yeah, he just got bursted down.
Bursted down.
He could have blinked out. I think he thought that one more kill would kill the Phantom Lancer, but Phantom Lancer, I'm not sure if he sticked right before the Mana Void, but regardless, not enough damage. Level 1 Mana Void.
You got quite a lot of regen, a bit of regen with the Soul Ring as well as my shield.
I love that side lane Soul Ring build. However, they still had to deal with Timbersaw. Is 5 heroes going to be enough?
Yeah, they're going to try it. This Timbersaw raid boss fight initiated. There's the Fisher coming out, trying to get himself out. Uses stick charges as well. He realizes he's getting got upon. Nice Ravage, stopping him mid-Timber Chain. Even though I actually think that might not have latched altogether. But that was raid boss down.
That was perfect. Perfect disabling of his Timber Chain. I think they did it twice in a row.
Yeah. I mean, the Timber Chain would have hit, right? The second one that got cancelled by the Ravage? You think so?
Yeah, it was level 3. It looked like it.
Regardless, the Ravage would have stopped it as well, so I guess. That was indeed... That was good, and the rest of the team of LGD, I mean, there was a Kunga fairly close by, I believe, but, I mean, at that point, you know that there's going to be 5 heroes. There's nothing you can do.
I wonder if they're going to try and set up for bottom now. This PL's proving to be very elusive.
Oh, he got the ultimate off still, though. Might be able to, for MidOne to finish it off. MidOne coming in for the Scream, and that's it. It's a decent trade, actually. Getting Queen of Pain a kill. Yapzor finds himself in the claws of a very fat Timbersaw. He might have just died, but he's still quite scary. Still level 10, almost level 11 already. And if we look at levels, well, actually, him and Queen of Pain are still both on top, but still top levels, of course, on the map.
Wonder if MidOne doesn't look like he wants to deny this tower yet. There it goes. Maybe he had to get some confirmation from the rest of the team. I saw him just sitting there, thinking about it.
Shadow Shaman reached level 6. It's time for wards. He's already rotating bottom. Maybe wants to place it at the tier 2 if they take this.
They might be able to see this Lich. Lich placed a ward before Victoria was able to, but now they get eyes on him.
Oh, X-Mark. I mean, Poppy's not having a fun game. It's just not happening for him. He died He died 5 times so far. Oops, Yapzor stuck there too, and 11 gets himself another. And what's happening here? There's actually a kill. Victoria a little bit into deep as MP comes around together with Kazu, now with also maybe coming in. The Secret has to back off from their own side of the map. The
they know
wards
where
have been placed.
That tower's dead.
Yeah. And that's 2 towers in 1 push. That's how fast I can go. That's a large increase of gold as well. Especially for the supports. We now actually have Victoria sitting on a lot of gold.
I think
2800.
Now it becomes easy for them to take over this Dire Ancient spawn that normally Tidehunter feels pretty safe doing, but with those 2 towers down, I don't think so. And AM can also just come in and farm that at ease. So now AM has what, like maybe like 70% of the map available to him once he gets his Battle Fury, which is coming out in just 400 gold. Yeah. So the window is, the timeline is squeezing in on Secret. T1s, they didn't even get the bottom T1 after killing Maybe. So it's not looking so hot for them. Even Yapzor has to go for a 4-stat first. At least that's what it seems like on his quick buy, because he's having that rough of a time, and this Clockwork is just destroying them. And
Yapzor is not able to farm anywhere either, as you said. Bottom lane already.
Torrent on top.
Ooh, that is a Queen of Pain. A lot of trouble. Blink is available, but the hookshot comes, and Blink's still there. Oh, Blink after. Let's see who gets it first. There's another X mark available if they want to, and they want to. And they get it too. He has a Blink. He knows he has to wait for the X mark. Yeah, gets it, but then a Blink afterwards as well. The flare misses mid-1. Yeah, it's a 3. He's not gonna make it. He's not, like, there's another Blink. Oh, but the other Blink did. Ah, no, never mind.
Close.
That was a close, because Anti-Mage blinked a little bit too early, so he couldn't have followed this time. But still a lot of time wasted. Shadow Shaman did die in the meantime on the bot lane as well as the tower, so Secret gets something in return of it for it.
Queen Pain going for Shadow Blade next. Shadow Blade versus the...
I mean, you want to have a Silver Edge against the Timber Saw.
Yeah, it might actually be more for the Anti-Mage, I think. Get rid of the Spell Shield. I think
for both, yeah.
Yeah, they don't have that much physical, so I think, like, PL just can't really right-click at AM very well, just because he can just blink away from most of the illusions.
It's still an unusual build for Queen of Pain.
Yeah. I have seen, who was it? 747, I think? On Danish Bears, he got it a couple of times on the Queen versus Viper, so it's... when you need to break those oh, and 11 finds Yapzor in the trees.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is, I mean, it's going great for LGD. Again, I mean, they said it at the start. They just make it seem like look easy. They are kind of doing what they need to do. I feel like it comes very natural to them. Because is it me, or does it feel like the pressure of this game is on Team Secret to finish before this Anti-Mage gets out of hand?
Yeah, it's definitely on Team Secret, but I don't think they can end the game now. They kind of just, you have to assume, okay, he is going to get farmed. How do we deal with him later on into the game? Maybe right now when PL gets his Diffusal Blade, they can start taking fights, but I don't know. Who do they actually like kill on? They don't have a problem killing the supports already, so what does the Diffusal actually let them accomplish that they couldn't before? Like, I don't think it helps them kill AM really, and I don't really think it helps them kill Timbersaw, so like all in all, Diffusal might not be the most effective item in this game. It helps them fight, but right now it doesn't really change the state of the game right now.
Oh, careful, Yapzor. Under heavy fire right here. Maybe realizes that the whole team is there to back him up. Almost the whole team. Queen of Pain still bot lane.
4-staff number 1. That's pretty good for them. But they might be able to get the Timbersaw, and MP is close by.
They want to go for this. They know Queen of Pain is still bottom, and they know that they can interrupt that teleport, and they're actually fighting that Queen of Pain as well, but we're sticking with this one. Teleport out, not going to happen there. It is Victoria that drops first. Maybe backs off. Bottom lane in the meantime. Queen of Pain getting shackled. Still got a Blink available, and knows that there's a very low Shadow Shaman. Goes for the Sonic Wave, wants to, but Clockwork is just so annoying.
I thought he was about to go for that.
He really was. He really was. Ends up taking refuge at the shrine instead. Anti-Mage getting a bit harassed. In the meantime, there was no Ravage used, so Secret still have that one going for them. They got the kill on the Kunkka, which is not that big of a kill, but at least they forced LGD back, and they get a bit more breathing space. I think, as you said, at this point, it's them just trying to prepare for the push that LGD at some point is going to give, and fight into that rather than looking for the fights themselves.
Yeah, normally when you have the Ravage, you want to be able to force objectives with it, but they can't push tower as well, and they also can't do Roche, so now they have to kind of use it defensively and reactively, especially when he went for the 4-staff. They kind of just have to play it around certain heroes.
Hello!
Okay, hello.
Shackled! Where's the backup? Is it enough? There's a blink, and we already saw me preparing to... Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, jeez,
I heard it too.
I thought for a second that was it, but Ami actually blinked at the same place at the same time, so it actually was MidOne making it out. That was a really good blink. It's always, it was a little bit tricky where he was going, but good blink. Good blink indeed. Smoke up coming from LGD. And they are going on the aggressive. They are actually thinking about taking Anti-Mage with them as well. Or at least have him close by to come in and help with the fight.
Their lanes are in a really good spot. All 3 lanes are pushing in right now.
KheZu is the one with the Ravage, probably not the one they wanted to find. A bit unfortunate for them.
Yeah, and it's right.
But they take this tack, that's massive.
Wow, that was fast. That okay. Probably worth. MidOne.
Yeah, he's... With
I mean, look at what they need to do right now. They're resorting to just creep skipping the mid wave at this point.
Yeah. And with the lack of farming space for Team Secret on the bot lane already, even though they are trying to take the bottom tower, jungle as well, it feels like their farm distribution, they have to really carefully consider who needs what item first, which priorities they need to have. They already prioritized Japster's Blink Dagger. He has got that now, so that's great. Maybe they can make something happen with that. PL is going to be pushing bottom in the meantime. Oh, Puppy. There's a double damage rune there. They know it's an anti-mage. Oh, they still get him though. That's a very greedy anti. Okay, he died. Calm down. Calm down. Woo! This is the second time that there was a double damage rune that LGD just you know, your shiny gem. Gotta have it. Not worth, not worth. They do pressure top lane in the meantime with the wards down. This should be a tier 2, but tier 1 in return for Team Secret's not bad, especially in combination with an anti-mage. Oh, hello. MP, you okay, buddy? Okay, for the moment. Actually goes for Victoria. Has to be careful. X-Mark, the Torrent coming out as well. And still doesn't walk away. Oh, nice 4-staff from Puppy. Helping out is not enough, though. Maybe manages to get himself the kill, and Puppy just teleports out, but X-Mark is going to stop that. And he will drop just the same. Rather than helping his teammate, he just gives another kill. And that was the 6th time Puppy died. In the meantime, top lane. Shadow Shaman, he is able to teleport because the Fisher comes in too late to stop that.
Oh, Yapsor actually managed to get a blink. Did he get that anti-mage kill?
Yeah, yeah. He had that before already.
Oh, he did? Okay,
yeah, he did.
Nice. Surprised he was able to farm it.
Yeah, but they really prioritized it. Like, they had, at some point, Tide was just not farming at all and just gave lanes to Yapsor. I think that's one of the most important things they have to do this game. But then again, at some point, it's still going to be anti-mage that's going to be dominating the scene. And I wonder if they're able to deal with that when the time comes. But they do now have the Shadow Blade up on the Queen of Pain.
They're getting their items for sure.
They're getting it.
One blink, 2 4-staffs, and like even Puppy, who's died 6 times, has a 4-staff. Yeah. And then they'll have the Silver Edge soon, so they can kite the initial burst from like X and other spells in the arsenal like Hex, and then they can also deal with the anti-mage.
So we talk a lot about what Secret needs to do to, you know, to be victorious at least, you know, getting their items, and they're behind for sure. Is LGD doing anything or should be doing anything? They're smoking up and they're being very aggressive. I kind of feel like maybe that's not even needed because they're in such a good position, but what did they need to do for this game to end?
Just make sure anti-mage doesn't die and get Roche. I think getting Roche is extremely important for them. I think if PL gets Roche, he could potentially be a problem later on to the game. MP, they see him, can they do anything about it?
For the hookshot, finding the hookshot, X-Mark as well as a Torrent. There was still a Doppel Walk available, but he's not going to be able to get it out there. Boat coming out as well. KheZu just walks back. He does get X-Mark. There is a Shackle available as well. Is Yao going to go in for that? Ooh, he knows that there's a Ravage. He's got to be fast with that. They don't bait out the Ravage. They don't get the Shackle either, but they do take this tier 2. The creeps are coming in, so the backdoor protection is about to disappear. I like that. This is Shadow Shaman. He's like, don't kill my wards. He's tanking the tower.
They're his babies.
Yep, definitely. Tier 1 tower top does drop to MidOne. He gets forced back. And this tower middle actually survives. Ward's now dropped as well, but I mean, it's almost dead, sure enough, but still, every little bit helps at this point.
They do have a little bit of detection on LGD, just sentry wards on Yao, so I'm not sure if they're actually going to be able to deal with this co-op. They're prioritizing bigger items.
Yeah.
Glimmer Cape, it looks like, on Kunkka soon. Aether Lens already up on him. Clockwork also has a Midas. Wow, he has a lot of gold. I did not realize he was that farmed.
Pretty fat. He's the true core. He got a lot on that top lane. Another nice dire scan. They know that 11 is still there. They have him teleporting out. Don't think they can interrupt it though. That Earthshaker is way too far away. Blink was not going to get him close enough in time. Queen of Pain. Ooh, careful there. They used the dust. Maybe he had dust, but it wasn't enough. Queen of Pain was able to teleport out.
They did try and fissure block off 11 from his shrine, but weren't able to finish the job. So I think Roche is the big elephant in the room.
Don't call that. I think that's very insulting. It look like it. No, but you're right. He's just. There's not really a lineup that is. They X-marked him in time. Yeah, Sir died.
They're very good at avoiding like really important deaths, I would say, except for Ame blinking in to get the rune.
Yep.
Aside from that, like none of these deaths have been completely unnecessary for them. So let's see. They don't have a medallion on their side, but I still think they can do it if they want to waste wards on it. This T2 tower is so low. I don't know which one they want to commit for. Like, do you really want to commit wards for a tower that's at 10% HP?
No, I think they want to commit the wards for Roshan. Maybe push the waves in so that Secret has to show themselves. Perhaps, wait, what maybe doing?
I think they need.
Oh, Poppy! Is there a force staff available for him? Nope, he doesn't already. He already used it. He did get the Timbersaw on the high ground, but that's about it. That's a dead.
Yeah, maybe they also want to wait for Ravage to be down before.
It is scary fighting into the pit.
Yeah.
You got yourself a Ravage, an Echo Slam, Sonic Wave, Lich Ultimate. That's just chain process is gonna wreck you.
Yeah, it's pretty devastating. BKB is up on anti-mage, so this could actually be a good time for them to take a big fight. They don't have a blink on Shadow Shaman yet. That's coming out at 400 gold, but without that, their jump is unreliable, I would say. Oh, smoke coming out. Yapzor, he does see a couple of heroes. They do start on Roche right now.
The 11 hovering over.
Maybe actually went all the way to the bottom, so he's not going to be there for the start of this fight. The smoke could be devastating for them.
Are they going to get there in time? Wards have been placed. MidOne's got that invis. There is a sentry there though, so this is the edge. Oh, what?
I just got a lag spike too.
Okay.
I looked at your computer, I was like, you didn't?
I didn't.
Yeah, I had it. Okay, so Silver Edge is down. It's been revealed. They can easily see what's going on. Oh.
That's an X marks on the Queen of Pain. First staff into safety.
There's still the wards inside the pit. They don't have that much time left though.
No.
And I'm also
another
lagging
pause.
again.
Yeah, I don't get that lag, but
so Secret don't know that the wards were used inside the pit. So their Secret like in their world, LGD, like this Roche could be super low, and also they also don't know that wards are down, so they're probably less willing to take a fight than if they didn't know, and no one's really running inside the pit. Ideally, they just want to get a Silver Edge break on the Queen of Pain onto one of the heroes, like Timbersaw without any reactive sacks on them already, or Anti-Mage, and then you follow up with the Echo Slam and burst someone down at the start of the fight, and then you take Roche yourselves with Tidehunter backing you up. That's the ideal scenario for Secret. Ideal scenario for LGD is you get a free Roche with wards, and Secret don't really contest you, or I suppose like you break their smoke with Timbersaw and L11 out in front, and then interrupt their initiation. But
they already can't get a free Roche. I mean, those wards are about to disappear, and it seems like Secret is well aware that that is something that they should.
Yeah, but in Secret's mind, that's what LGD wants. So they have to play like LGD can threaten Roche,
right.
And I don't think they've been showing on the map enough to reveal that none of them have a medallion. So that instills a little bit of extra fear into their mind. They could be doing it in 25 seconds instead of 30 seconds. You don't exactly know the timeline for LGD taking out Roche. They do know that Anti-Mage doesn't have Vlads though.
Yeah.
I don't know if they know he has BKB perhaps. They saw his Ogre Club when he showed on the left side, so they know he's going BKB. I'm not sure if they know that he actually has it yet, though.
There was a word they did that already. Oh, X mark on the timber saw.
He's trying to push out waves.
Yeah.
Their lanes aren't in a great spot. Actually, they have 2 range on bottom, so that lane's pushing in.
Bottom lane is pushing out in favor of LGD. Top lane is pushing out in favor of Secret, but that's not going to last for very much longer because LGD is going to push it out again. And they are looking for a MidOne, but MidOne was invisible.
And they have wards.
Yeah.
So now they're going for a play, it looks like, on bottom. This could be a big play, killing the anti-mage. But anti-mage not there.
Anti-mage not there.
They expect him to be there, though.
Do you think this is something that LGD might be aware of, that they can sneak Roche?
I don't think they know that everyone's on bottom, because Kezu's showing mid. Normally there'd be heroes backing up mid, but they have wards behind them in T2, so now they know that something weird is happening. Yeah. Right now it's like, okay, they're likely approaching from the south side, judging by their positioning. Like, because most of them are on the north side, and they were probably sitting behind PL, I suppose is what they're thinking right now. But now no one's showing around Kezu. It's a little weird.
There is one sentry, but MidOne only provides a vision. In comes Echo Slam, catches Clockwork only. Torrent coming out, doesn't hit the boat though. The boat does hit. Yapsor is already down, and a shackle on the Queen of Pain. She can't do anything with the Ravage. We'll cancel that. And MidOne turns around, kills off the Shadow Shaman first off. Has to be careful though. Still ends up dropping the Mana Void. Oh, this is scary time. Scary time. But for whom? Because this Timbersaw, I believe, is the most scary of them all. Looking very healthy and can't find any target anymore as the rest teleports out. 2 for 2. Very even. Still, I would say LGD slightly in favor there, because this Timbersaw, there's just not even a dent. Yeah.
They were so close to getting a 3-man Echo right there. Yeah. Maybe he didn't get the full range blink, but this Observer Ward that was dropped was at the very end of the fight, dropped by Lich, so they didn't have vision in the fight. And look at that, LGD dropped 2 Sentry Wards to make sure that Earthshaker couldn't get a good jump and make sure that they did not have vision of them. But LGD were prepared for that. That was a really quick Hex coming out from Shadow Shaman. He almost was not able to Hex Queen of Pain before he got unloaded on him.
The Ravage was good too, is that the follow-up wasn't really there. They needed a better wombo combo, to say, at least. Because otherwise you're just not gonna kill the Timbersaw, and the Mana Void did a lot of damage as well.
Yeah, and Anti-Mage had BKB, so he's invulnerable pretty much during that.
Well, they get the Roshan off the back of that as well, and Secret just have to look for a new way to get a grasp of this game, because it's...
Oh, there's a X-Factor that might be nice though. Tidehunter almost has Scythe. He went for a Midas, and he's been farming a lot, and he hasn't really died that much. He hasn't died at all.
That is just... Okay, you want to know what happened? In the mid lane, there was a Kunkka that X-marked the Timbersaw, and during that X-mark, he was able to kill off Yapsor, and then he got X-marked back to mid. Not even kidding.
Oh, they're gonna have to... he doesn't have money for the Scythe. Oh no. Well, he does have it, but Chicken's all the way over there. His Rax might fall before this happens.
Yeah, I think so too. And without Ravage, they can't really do that much. 24 seconds until that comes back up. And I think before then, Rax is already gone, and they kind of also want that Earthshaker to be there. Another X-Mark. Let's see what maybe can do with that one. Not kill anybody this time, but doesn't need to. He just needs to scare people away, and that's exactly what he did. Rax fall. He can't get anything more at the time. In the meantime, we had got MidOne pressuring bottom or top a little bit, but it's not enough to kill off that tower.
The thing about Scythe is I don't actually know if it helps you kill Timber at all. It's purely for the AM, but AM has Aegis and BKB, so even if you kill him by perma-hexing him or perma-stunning him, you're not going to be able to kill him twice.
Look at this Clockwork! He stays alive for a very long time. He did end up dropping, but he stayed alive for a very long time. And they had to show the Hex with that as well, so it's no surprise anymore that he has it.
Yeah, they might switch to Lotus Orbs now. Shadow Shaman still doesn't have Blink Dagger. Kunkka showing a Force Staff on his quick buy. Force Staff, decent. Lotus Orb, I guess it's pretty much only good for the Hex. Although you could have reflected Chain Frost. That'd be the dream.
You got 2 heroes in LGD, the Anti-Mage and the Timbersaw. How are they gonna kill them? Now that's the biggest question. Silver Edge sure is nice.
Yeah, but no damage.
It's not enough. They need the damage. a PL is just not that great for that. Not yet, anyway. Later on he will be, but then there will be an anti-mage that kills all the illusions, so you don't have that.
I don't even know if PL's going to be the solution though. Like he's pretty high now, or he's third, but these two heroes, Timbersaw and AM, are just great matchups against the PL. Like those are two heroes that you don't want to kill, that you don't want to play PL against, let alone both of them.
It is a rough game for Team Secret. The pressure continues on the bottom lane as maybe just walks up the high ground, just gets himself some stacks of the reactive armor, because why not? Wards are placed as well. At least, as you said earlier already, the PL is taking care of those wards pretty fast. Ooh, Sonic Wave coming out. They managed to kill off the Kunkka. MidOne, invisible as well, goes for the Shadow Shaman. He force taps himself forward. He stays alive for the moment as well. But it comes, I mean, Puppy gets his ultimate off. This might be good. Oh, creeps take up a lot of stacks though. BKB by Anti-Mage as well, so he doesn't care about that. MidOne able to blink away from him, but he just blinks after him. Mana Void as well. Manages to get himself invis, lives for the moment. Shrine up, Kazoo lives as well. But the point is nobody is dying on the side of LGD. Sure, they were able to blow up that Kunkka at the start, but Anti-Mage is just looking healthy.
He's a monster, and he has Arcane Rune throughout that entire fight. Still,
yeah.
That tower stands strong. No damage at all.
It's true. They hold, but they used everything for it.
I think when you have to rely on a Hex and external items to deal with the Anti-Mage, like it's not looking good. They're getting a Bloodthorn too on Queen to hopefully deal with Timbersaw, I suppose. But he is going for Lotus Orb next. He actually almost has it. So goodbye Hex, goodbye Bloodthorn.
Yeah. And goodbye Tier 3 tower by the looks of things. Unless, maybe. Oh, MidOne. No, this time he can't get out.
He died in a hook shot.
He died in a hook shot. There was a Mana Void there as well. Actually, I didn't hear that, but it's, yeah. Couldn't even get out there. Anti-Mage is taking quite a beating. He has Aegis, so he's fine. He knows he's fine. Oh, he does back off. Ravage is up in a minute.
Oh, they passed him the bottle. How cute. He's not even gonna use it. Oh,
yeah,
okay, there he goes.
He's waiting for the Aegis to time out.
Oh, that?
Hey, hook shot in. Lich, Puppy, careful. He has got his Chain Frost still available. Nice Hex up on the Anti-Mage, slowing down, allowing Secret to get further into their base and take Ravage to their fountain, but that's all they can do. The Queen of Pain's already dead. Their racks are dropping as well. Both of them. Buyback from MP, but for what? Where is the damage? How? Like this Timbersaw, it's just not happening.
There is no damage, Shiver.
I mean, I'm looking for spots of light for Team Secret here because
MP had heart in his quick buy, and I thought he was gonna get it, and then he switched to butterfly because they like damage. But I mean, look at Maybe. He's getting everything thrown at him. He doesn't even care.
Nice Ravage though. Maybe they can kill off the Clockwork. Yep, they can. Mana Void this time not enough to kill off MidOne, but it doesn't matter because Maybe still had a lot of damage at him. GG comes out. I mean, LGD, once it started going their way, there was really nothing that Secret could do. It was just, like, again, so 35 minutes. LGD so far has been looking super dominating, and all their games have been 35 minutes or less. It's just was this an outdraft or outplay?
I would say mostly an outdraft. PL doesn't do that much. I think he's only good for Shadow Shaman in this particular, and even then he's not that great because if you get the Hex off, he's just dead. And then their team fight is okay, but versus an Anti-Mage and Timbersaw had a very free game. Anti-Mage also had a very free game. There's like early Battle Fury, early Hood on the Timbersaw, and then they don't actually have any good damage to deal with them in the later game. So I saw that matchup and I was like, okay, this is gonna be bad for them. And they also have no objective takers. So no objective takers, no way to deal with Timbersaw, no way to deal with Anti-Mage. And they do have early game, but it wasn't enough.
At least they're gonna get a do-over or another try. LGD versus Team Secret. Game 2 coming up in just a minute, so stay tuned.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. LGD's turn to pick. Team Secret's turn to pick.
Admiral Conquer.
Hello and welcome back. Game 2 of Team Secret versus LGD. LGD took game 1 and it looked to be pretty easy for them. And Team Secret is going to try to even the score as they've had with both their other series they've had today. Sitting here together with Merlini.
Hi, Chiefs.
Hi, we have another Kunkka. Why fix what's not broken?
Oracle is pretty good versus Kunkka. Also, OD. I think those two I like the most to interrupt the X combo. Yeah, and they have Void this time. Void was banned out in the last game. Ooh, first phase Magnus. What?
Yeah, they have so far picked Magnus third twice in the series against Empire. And, I mean, so far LGD has won all the games. But they had 11 play that pretty good. Team fight as well.
10 seconds.
I like that. But second phase, you don't like it? You look question.
Yeah, first phase I haven't seen since the days where Mag Jug was super popular. Like when IG was on top, that's when I saw first phase Magnus all the time. But now, like he got a few little nerfs. Yeah, I think it's good. They have long duration disable for the Void, which is also kind of cool. They can also keep up in the farm, and they have the team fight to match it. As you mentioned, the team fight I think is the most important aspect. It sucks when you're up against Phases Void and you know you can never take team fights because they have Chronosphere. That's a terrible, terrible feeling. Now they have some fight left in them.
But they're still going to be Chronosphere.
They're still going to be Chronosphere, but on the other side, there's RP in a boat. That's pretty good.
That's true. That actually is, yeah, that's a good one more combo. And so far, Secret. I mean, there's only 2 heroes, of course, so there's no real combination with that Oracle just yet. Oh, look at that. It's like, I don't want to face an anti-mage anymore. Get that hero out of here.
It's always nice to have that in your draft, though. When teams start fearing your AM, it opens up a lot more. You're like, oh man, they could be doing anything now. They might go back for an anti-mage. Oh, and the Huskar ban.
Nice. The Oracle Huskar combo.
Yep. That is super annoying.
Yep. Silencer there as well. Normally you don't really ban Silencer unless you're planning on something. Like, obviously it's good against Oracle and against Faces Void as well, and against the team fight combo.
Some teams were first picking it. First phase overall Silencer.
But normally that's not the thing.
I didn't say they won with the Shiver. I just said they picked it.
But would you say like this is anticipating maybe some more heroes from Secret that would be focusing more on the team fight?
Yeah, maybe like Enigma. The thing is, if they do Enigma, then that means MP is Faceless Void. And I remember last time I saw his Faceless Void, it was
Not good?
I'm trying to put it nicely, but I don't know if I can put it nicely.
So far today, Team Secret has played Faceless Void twice. One on MP that they won, and one on Kezu that they lost.
Kezu used to play that hero all the time, back in his Synderen days.
Yep, that was the double bubble strat that they had. Hey, double bubble it is!
Yep. Well, that makes more sense for the Silencer ban, and will be MP Faceless Void. I think Kezu is slightly better with the hero. The thing about MP, he's good with the weird heroes. He's like the hipster carry player. The one that doesn't play Juggernaut ever. The one that doesn't play Anti-Mage. He plays freaking like Huskar, Lycan, before it was cool, PL all the time, PA, these heroes. He's like QO. It reminds me of QO.
Right. Well, PL, I'm not that much of a fan of PL as a core.
I'm not, but they are.
They are, yeah.
They love it.
I mean, it shows.
They're probably gonna get like PL tattoos together. If you got a PL tattoo, would you do 1 or 3? Because it's like illusions.
I would have, if I would have a PL tattoo, I would have one in front and then 2 showing like as an illusion in the back.
Or would you get like 1 and then the 8 illusions for maximum PLage?
No, that's
Okay.
that's too much. And the
I was thinking how far you would go with this.
No. I would just have 3 in total,
All right.
I think.
But what about the Spirit Lances then? Okay, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. So do they want something to counter the Enigma or not?
Yes, because Magnus, sure, you get an RP people, but everything is... Yeah,
Okay,
there you
Venge.
go. You got the swap. You got the stun.
Is there anything else aside from Venge? I guess
mean, you can X mark.
Yeah.
You can both.
But
You can
anti-BKB,
taunt.
sorry. Anti-BKB Enigma. I think Global Silence is the best because there is no item that you can get to prevent it. Like, if you get BKB Lincolns and Blink, you can get a Black Hole off on this side. Or on the side of Enigma. And as we saw from last game, Kizu...
Hey, you can do
get really good
Sniper!
platform. Sniper!
That would be funny.
I like Sniper.
Lich also works with ultimate. That's still...
Oh yeah,
right?
Lich is good too. Good call. Yeah, there's a few
There's
ones
a
out
few.
there, but Venge
Or you can
probably the best.
Beastmaster, I guess. But I mean, Venge is good, and I am gonna expect that Vengeful Spirit to have like real good positioning, so it will always be available.
I think what's good about Venge this game is also good against the Faceless Void, in case your like Magnus gets RP'd or something, or gets Chronosphered. So
Or your Ursa.
yeah, or your Ursa, pretty much anyone. So
yeah.
that's I think why Venge is way better than the other
Yeah.
ones that we mentioned earlier.
I mean, I wasn't expecting a sniper to pop up. to be honest.
Sniper. Does the Ags ult still do a mini stun? I don't actually know. I've never seen anyone get it in competitive because the item is terrible.
Wait,
but
for which hero? For
Sniper. He's an Ags where you can ground target assassinate. Oh, Alchemist.
No, you do a mini stun regardless with the ultimate.
Yeah, but it makes it like into an area. I don't actually know if it guaranteed
No, I
crit
think it's just it does ultimates to everybody in,
Okay.
in vision, right?
and a guaranteed crit. It does the damage done is different than the normal one. I'm not sure who gets the item anyways. Okay, Alchemist has been picked. Oh no, I put predictions 999 max GPM, and every time I see an Alchemist, I'm slightly scared that it might be broken.
Okay, so Alchemist, why?
I personally think Alchemist is pretty good versus this sort of team. Like, you're not if you have your ultimate on, you're not going to die during Faceless Void ult and Enigma ult, which is there's very few heroes in the game that can do that. Like, even with like 5 items, you're generally going to die to like a Midnight Pulse Black Hole with BKB. So Alchemist, I also think it puts a pressure on them. They want to take it slow. They're like, okay, we have a team fight, so if you come to us, we have the team fight to back it up. But we also have really good late game with BKB Black Hole, and they want to play slow, right? Faceless Void every couple minutes he wants ultimate. Enigma every 3 minutes he wants to use his ultimate. And with Alchemist, Team Secret have to leave their side of the map to interrupt the Alchemist, which is very, very bad for their lineup. They don't actually want to do that with their lineup.
But
why
why?
Alchemist?
Like, I'm thinking. No, at the moment I'm more confused about Team Secret because they got a nice Chronosphere, but they don't really have any follow-up on the Chronosphere.
Yeah, it's not too much. I mean, maybe. There is no combo.
I mean, you're grasping. It's like it's not
into
amazing.
massive.
I do like the Slartic. You get that minus armor, and then all of a sudden it seems like the lineup of LGD is a lot more killable than it was before. So that makes a difference.
But do they
And I
even
like
have
the
physical
pick.
damage to follow it up?
Not really. No, it's just going to come from the Slardar. I mean, it Faceless Void, but Faceless Void is not... Sure, it's MP playing it, and he will play it as a core, he will play it as a carry, so you got that physical damage coming for you, but it's not amazing. Let's take a look who's playing what. We got Yao on his Vengeful Spirit, maybe on the Ursa with the Alpine Ursa set, 11 playing the Magnus. On the top lane, it's Ame going for the Alchemist, and already teleported in Victoria on his signature Kunkka, let's call it that. He has now played 4 games of Kunkka in a row, and he's loving that taunt button. That's yeah, that's everybody on the side of LGD. On the side of Secret, on the Radiant side, we've got Puppy on the Oracle, smoked up, and MidOne playing the Ember Spirit. We have got MP on his Faceless Void, and on the top lane it was the Epsor that was already moving about, playing in that ward. Last but not least, Kezu on the Enigma. That was also a Kezu signature hero in the previous
Definitely.
Escape days.
So this will be the first Alchemist pick of the tournament.
Yes, I think so. Well, I don't know. I'm believing you because
I just checked.
I was gonna say.
I was actually just trolling you. That would not be a good. What's my end game there? Ha! I got you, Shiver. You didn't watch all. However many games there were, you didn't watch all 4 streams at once, Shiver. How dare you?
I mean, I just wanted to say yes, but it's like, wait a second. I can say yes.
I'm glad that you believe
But
me.
everybody knows that I have not been able to watch all the games.
We have that small level of trust.
Yeah.
Okay, MP trying to invade this brood.
Very confident walking up the high ground with Yaphets there to back him up, so they will be able to take 3 runes.
Oh, Victoria. Look at where he's going.
Victoria?
Yeah, he's smoked up. Gonna drop that ward. I've been seeing this play a lot more. You smoke right before the spawn, and then you go for a chicken kill. However, it's Kezu there, not...
Kezu mid.
Yep, it's Kezu mid and MidOne in the bottom lane. That matchup is... I'm trying to think of any worse matchup for Ember than Ember Ursa.
It's not Ember Ursa, it's Ember Magnus.
No, sorry. This is what they're trying to avoid.
Oh, okay.
They're trying to avoid the Ember Ursa, and I think it is the worst matchup for him. So that's stands to reason why they would want. Oh, Kezu's dead. Okay, well, that's better than a chicken kill, I guess.
That was a very nice kill that I missed there.
We did try and we did see this once from, I believe it was Liquid. Liquid moved my control into the mid lane because he was up against a Viper, and looks like.
Yeah, let's see if 11. He's taking quite the beating here, but not enough to die. They already they swapped lanes again, so we now got an Alchemist on the bottom lane against Ember Spirit. Oh, what's this? Why are they diving again? This Ursa is diving real deep here. We have got a rotation coming from the Slardar, so they want to try to take down maybe.
It's still hard. Like they don't really have that much damage.
Yeah, and he saw him coming too with the ward there, I think. So, or did he? Yeah, absorb. Yeah.
They're fine.
They're fine.
But now it's only 2 heroes up on top.
Yeah, because we had Victoria rotate bottom. The Torrent will hit on MidOne. There will be a stun charged up by this Alchemist, and that means that Ember Spirit, the shield is tanking a lot there. You might be able to turn this around. Victoria taking quite a bit of damage. MidOne, do you really want to do that? No, you don't. That was a bit questionable.
And he gave him extra Greevil's Greed.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, Alchemist is having a nice start with that kill for sure.
Alchemist actually got, I think, a agility buff, was it? I have to double check because I haven't seen this hero in a really long time. I think I got a like agility per level buff, which is actually a pretty big deal because Alchemist, he's actually a right clicker with his ultimate. You lower his base attack time, so if you have more attack speed with agility, it is way better than on a normal hero. Yep. And secondly, he has armor issues, so you have to build less armor if he has more agility. So let me double check for it.
Alright, makes a difference. I need to meet that. Ursa is sitting on 9 for 2 here in the mid lane. Of course, he was already able to kill Kezu earlier on, but Kezu is doing quite nice on the old lass. It's nice deny there as well. He has to really be careful not to feed too many Eidolons.
Okay, his base agility got increased from 11 to 16, and Greevil's Greed and Bounty Root. Greevil's Greed, gold multiplied from 2 to 2.5.
Ooh, yeah, careful. Not got mana for a stun. Got the chain as well, but the Torrent coming out on 2. That means that Yao gets himself out, and Yepsor has to get himself out as well, and nobody ended up dying there.
Level 2 unstable concoction. Extra synergy with the Vengeful Spirit too. This Vengeful Spirit is just like synergizing with everyone on their team.
Yeah. And all of a sudden it's an aggressive tri-lane coming out from LGD on this bottom lane. And we have left alone Magnus on top up against Phases Void. He is taking quite the beating, but so far looks to be quite confident in staying alive. These lane swaps, who are they favoring in the end? Is it
skewer into the tower?
Oh.
It's a lot of damage. I think you want the Alchemist to get farm. So no matter what setup LGD has, as long as Alchemist is getting farm, I think you're fine.
And Alchemist is definitely farm.
Alchemist is getting farm.
I say definitely still not highest on top on the last hits in the nice, but I mean he's not getting pressured at the moment.
When you're against Alchemist, or when there's Alchemist in the game, there's pretty much 2 phases, pre-Radiance and post-Radiance. And the quicker that you can get it to the post-Radiance phase, the easier it is for you that's going to win. And like pretty much before that, you're trying to stop him from getting his Radiance, and then after you get it, you're trying to match his farm just because you can't actually stop his farm anymore because he's just everywhere on the map. So they still can slow him down. They do need levels on Ember Spirit in particular, and then once they get into the post-Radiance phase, that's when you want your BKB up on the Enigma and a lot of damage up on Slaughter and Ember.
Do you feel like Team Secret has the tools to slow this Alchemist down? Because
I don't think so.
they're struggling.
They have good team fight, but they have really bad jungle invaders. Jungle invaders are heroes like Night Stalker. Night Stalker, for example, you're scared to go in your jungle, but versus Secret's lineup, you can probably farm their jungle and not care too much.
Victoria's so good hitting his torrents all the time. Nice crush though by Yaphets. Hitting a 3-man crush, meaning that MidOne is staying alive.
Yep, but MidOne doesn't have bottle, doesn't have self, doesn't have TP scroll. Like he has to do a walk home, most likely.
Someone who doesn't have to walk home is Magnus.
That's the benefits of dying.
Yeah, that was a good kill for Team Secret. They need some kind of advantage coming out from their lanes, and it's not middle, it's not bottom, has to be top.
Oh, MidOne used his shrine without Kezu. Oh no. Look at how low Kezu is. He could have used that shrine. He would have loved that shrine.
Use that shrine.
They could potentially go for a black hole kill onto maybe at. It seems too risky with.
Oh, not to that Slaughter. It was level 2 only. Oh, rough game for Secret once again. Starting to set up for that anyway.
I do like how LGD's laying this though. They're actually using the Alchemist for more than just a gold machine, which is pretty rare. Almost every time it's like, okay, feed him bounties, give him TP scrolls so he can get more bounties, stack like 10 camps at once. That's the Alchemist way, but now they're using the minus armor aspect of the Vengeful Spirit in conjunction with the physical damage from the Unstable Concoction. He's actually like not that bad of a laner. He's not great, but he's not awful. And now that he's actually won his lane, he can farm well, which is normally you go for the opposite way. It's like, okay, we lost our lane, but at least we have stacks.
Yep.
So
He's able to come in and help with kills as well. Looks to be a very active Alchemist, perhaps. 11 is level 5. Once he's got his RP, you imagine him rotating, or is LGD gonna just sit and wait and like a laning stage last as long as possible?
I think they don't need to move around. I think if Secret like tower dives, I think he can TP in, but they don't have to because again they have Alchemist. They can just play on their side of the map, stack up, take out Roche, and be happy with the way the game is going. So MidOne's still not level 6. He is in a little bit of danger. There is the Unstable Concoction being charged up.
Thrown out. Victoria's not here. He's just walking about, taking a stroll in the forest.
So I wonder how greedy Enigma is going to go. I think his build might make or break this game.
No pressure, Kezu.
No pressure, Kezu. Like if he goes for Midas, he... Ooh.
That's a Magnus. I could even use the black hole for this. Sure, why not? I actually really like that when teams do that. Oh, Puppy in trouble.
I like his positioning too. He TP like he casted a black hole like on top of the tower, so there's no like Vengeful Spirit can't TP in the stun, for example, with that. But
it's just a kill secure. At this point, you're not expecting to go out, be able to get a big team fight. So getting a kill with a black hole is really nice. 11 did make it to level 6, and there's a lot of pressure coming out in that mid lane after killing off that Oracle. They have 3 people hanging about. They could perhaps try to pressure the tower a bit. As you said, though, it's not necessary for them to do it.
Alchemist is in farm mode right now. He's level 6, so he can start jungling. Ember Spirit's also level 6, so he can start killing around the map. There is a regen rune on bottom. Is Alchemist going to be able to get it before... Looks like it. Yeah, so what is Kezu going to go for? He doesn't have Midas queued up. If he goes Midas, he might, like, they might not be able to fight. But I don't actually know if they want to take towers. I think Midas is probably still the most safe build.
A little bit of a roster there. I'm not sure what that crush was, but...
Yeah, to show him who's boss.
Yep. Looks like it. I mean, you're talking about fighting the Ember Spirit, but this Ursa probably wants at some point fight as well. Going for the Blink Dagger next, sitting on 1k gold, so shouldn't take too long as he has got free farm this mid lane.
Okay, so it will be Midas on Enigma.
It will be.
Yep.
But you don't like it.
No, I think it's fine. I was thinking about anything else that would be good, but because his team's not good at hitting towers, he shouldn't go for a team fight item. I think they have to play for the late game now because Alchemist is kind of in impenetrable territory.
Yeah.
He's just up his high ground, just stacking and taking out tons and tons of creeps and hitting that bounty rune. It's not like if they were ancient farming, then maybe they can invade, but they're not, so that's just not a possibility.
So that means that we're in for a long one.
It's not a long one. It's just you're gonna expect Alchemist to get his minutes of Octane Radiance. Sometimes you'll have those games where like he gets it at like 20 minutes, which is pretty rare. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be one of those games. I think we'll see a 6-slotted Alchemist this game.
All right, because it doesn't look like Team Secret wants to force anything out as well. As you said,
so
in farming
hard.
mode, so they're just happy with this laning stage continuing on.
With the shrines now, it's really hard to invade this area. Like you can just get wrapped around from like 3 different angles. Like one from the north side, and then you can TP to the T2s or T1 mid and the shrine and the T1 on bottom. Like you can just you'll get punished. You might kill the Alchemist, but you're gonna lose your whole team if you do.
Is it worth it to try and block the Ancients at this point?
Yeah, it would be, but they would have to commit a smoke, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
And it's probably not worth it for them. They'd probably just deward it pretty quickly. And they might need to play around Roche too, because not only do they have to worry about the Alchemist, they have to worry about the Ursa being able to sneak Roche in every time. He actually has an Arcane Rune. Arcane Rune is very good for taking out Roche. But he doesn't have his blink yet, so he'd have to commit a smoke, and it is pretty close to where Secret is. But I do think they do want to do something now before Enigma starts ramping up.
But it's very obvious when Ursa is now missing from the mid lane. I mean, that's like Ursa is going for Roshan, and as soon as he's not there, it's, you know, what else is he gonna do? So Secret can.
Yeah. Sometimes what they do is like they hide in the jungle for a little bit. You sit in the jungle for like 2-3 minutes, and then Secret will respond by thinking he's Roshing, and then they'll sit in Roche, and then they'll realize he's not there after waiting a couple minutes, and then he'll go in. So that's a play that you'll see Ursa sometimes make, but he doesn't have a blink, so his movements are a lot more obvious.
Yeah, and he is going into the jungle. I haven't showed himself just yet,
But let me look at Ame. He's just power farming with the. I don't think it would be that great if he didn't have Empower, but with Empower, it just makes it super easy.
Yeah, that ancient stack is done for, and it's too late for Secret to counter that. They did smoke up with 5. They want to maybe try something. They know he's up there though, and they don't have any blink available, so this Alchemist is absolutely fine.
Yeah, it's just really hard with that T1 up. Like with the T1 up, it's just good luck, and they need the Enigma there to be able to spawn the Eidolon. So now they have blink on Ursa. He does.
Hello, Puppy in trouble. Gets himself out with the promise. Corn misses because of it. And they chase down Ursa, stunning him up. They have Black Hole available if they want to as well, but they use the Chronosphere first. Actually, Enigma stuck in that as well. That's a little bit unfortunate, but it should still be enough. Not even a secondary crush note needed from Yaphets over there. And Vengeful Spirit in the meantime died as well. That was MidOne diving the tier 1 tower.
Well, at least they didn't have to. They didn't lose the Ursa's blink. Like he got it before the fight, and Alchemist didn't die. So not actually that bad. And Secret did have to move as 5, and they still did not get the mid T1 tower. This one is super important for the way that LGD want to play. Just farm those Ancients with Empower.
Maybe simple. This time they still have the Black Hole available, so they still want to use it. They still want to fight.
They know though. I think they know.
They have to know.
Yeah, Victoria gonna walk right into Yabzor.
Oh, I guess they didn't know. The torrent comes out. Doesn't matter though. Victoria drops. At first. Oh, hey, they found a Vengeful Spirit again.
Wow, they are just hemorrhaging kills.
And no, never mind. 11 actually skipped RP. He's level 10.
Yeah, it's like Kunkka. It's like Tidehunter last game. He could have skipped Ravage, and it wouldn't have been that weird.
I guess.
So
yeah.
like, he hasn't been in a position to use it, but at least they did get the ward. They did do the smoke maneuver into placing a ward, and it did get dewarded. But the Smith's Tower is finally going to go down. In the meantime, Ame 2,000-3,000 gold away from Radiance.
Yeah, he's just soaking up the entire jungle.
Yep.
Not feeling pressured at all. BKB is the first item for Enigma.
Ooh, BKB first. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's really relying on getting the Venge then.
You're still going to deal with the swap, or maybe baiting the swap out first, but there's probably no way that that's happening.
Yeah, unlikely. Especially when you see the Ogre Club in his inventory. Like, okay, I'm definitely not using swap at all.
Yeah.
That's one of those things, one of those moments where you should just completely tunnel vision and say, I'm only swapping Enigma if he black holes. Or if we can kill him before he black holes.
So, why do you think he does go for BKB first?
I'm not actually sure. That's the alternatives are what, Blink Dagger, I would say. Yeah. Blink, Lincolns, or BKB, but
they go for the Blink on the Slardar, so they'll have the initiation coming from that side.
Yeah, he might actually have to worry about like. There's some weird cases in this game. Like, what if he black holes an alchemist who's channeling the stun, and then he like self stuns? Like that could actually happen. That's pretty, like fairly likely, I would say. So he's also preventing against that case, and just making like if he gets anything else, he still has to worry about how many heroes can stop his ulti. I guess every single one of them aside from Ursa. So you're limiting from 4 heroes down to 1 hero that can stop you. And I don't actually think the BKB charges matter that much. Like, you don't actually need more than a 5-second on Enigma. So it's okay to get it super early on in the game.
I guess if Magnus properly positions his reverse polarity, then
yeah, potentially, yeah. So that would be.
I mean, it's tricky to get it
tricky.
like exactly on the edge, but it's doable.
Yep. Another thing is, yeah, he could potentially go for Octarine. I think Octarine could also be a pretty good build for him because it still accelerates your farm a lot, and LGD aren't quite ready to fight because Alchemist still doesn't have Radiance, so he might have some time to farm it up. But BKB if they want to fight soon, Octarine if they don't want to fight now. So Radiance should be purchased right about now, 1350 on the dot. 15 minutes, slightly late I would say, but he was in an aggressive tri lane.
Yeah.
So that's really good.
That's still impressive. And he also went for, he has got the armlet ready, so he's like, he's good to go. So does this mean that we're going to see LGD be more aggressive? Or are we going to continue seeing the farming game?
They can stop farming the jungle and push out lanes instead. So that's a pretty important deal for them.
So we got the blink on the Magnus, we got obviously the blink on the Ursa already.
Yeah, they can start playing around the Alchemist instead of protecting the Alchemist, like instead of letting him stacking for him and whatnot. So let's see, Ember Spirit going for Maelstrom. I was curious to see whether or not he was going to go for like a bursty build. You mentioned that they don't have that much damage inside the Chronosphere, so maybe like a triple remnant would be the trick for them.
And nice last hit from the tower still, before the rest comes in. Oh, this is very scary here. This Ursa Bear is being found out. They can even use a black hole if they want to, but they use the bubble first. The Chronosphere, and that's enough to take him down. Nice kill.
Yeah, maybe he's been fairly out of position for most of these fights.
Yeah.
So no Chrono, is that going to be good? That's the thing about some of these teams. When they have a good Roche lineup, sometimes they'll actually intentionally die. I don't think that was intentional, but sometimes you will see teams intentionally die to get these ultis out, and then in the 2-minute window when it's cooled down, they will take out Roche. However, Secret are actually doing Roche themselves.
They got the Amplify, oh sorry, Corrosive Haze. They got, you know, not the best Roche lineup.
Their damage is awful right now.
Hey, it's getting there.
Yeah, they do have mass Eidolons.
There's an RP available though, and it looks like LGD is aware that something's happening. They might want to try and chase down MidOne. Not going to do that for now. The smoke kind of failed.
He was raising his arms to X. But now Roche is pretty low. Roche is about 30%.
Hey, this is a gift. Happy birthday, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know how to do it technically.
Oh. Very aggressive there coming out from MP. Oh, crushing up on 2. Yapsor going in. Xmark on himself, actually. I think maybe Victoria messed up a little bit over there. Still, both comes out. MP drops, got RP'd, and Kezu wasn't able to save him there with the black hole. Still has that black hole up. Xmark finds himself in the hands of a very scary Ursa Bear. Double kill for him. 3 dead on the side of Secret. And Roshan goes the way of LGD, and it is defensive time for Team Secret. Time to...
I think it goes back to that Chronosphere death. Like, they didn't have Chronosphere that fight.
Yeah.
And yeah, you got an Ursa kill, which is important, but is it worth it? Is it worth losing a big team fight into Roshan? And that's the thing about these teams. Like, they are going to capitalize on it. You can't just cast Chrono and get a solo kill, even on an important hero, and expect to get away with it if you aren't playing perfectly. I also thought it was a little bit awkward how Secret engaged that fight. They had Slaughter and Ember come in from the bottom right. You generally want to, I think, kind of make the opponents clump up.
Yeah.
But they actually made them spread out. Like, a couple of them were in the river, a couple of them were uphill, a couple of them were in the mid lane, and there was no room for the black hole. Enigma, we talked about it earlier, he went for the BKB instead of a Blink Dagger, so he has to stroll up, cast black hole.
And that's not going to happen. Everybody's going to see him coming.
Yeah.
They're going to...
Without BKB, he can't do that.
They're going to be able to split it before he comes and before X-mark him, like they did.
And unlike a traditional Ursa lineup where you're worried about him tapering off, he has level 4 in power. So his timeline is like extended by like 50%, maybe even more than that because of the empower. And Ame, his farm is out of control.
He is pretty fat. Also, LGD has got a pretty good Ags lineup.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just think of
Everyone.
the aura of Empower with all these melees.
Empower aura with Kunkka, with Tidebringer. Oh my god, the cleave. The cleave on cleave.
I like it.
Yeah. And then Vengeful Spirit having 2 lives.
I mean, he's probably not that high of the priority list for the Aghanim Scepter, but I have high hopes.
Yeah. Yeah, Ursa, yeah, he also has the Ags available to him too, so
Yeah.
like that's even more amazing. They've been playing around the Ancients really efficiently though. I would say there's been what, 20 minutes in the game, so there's been like almost 40 spawns probably, and I don't know how many of those are utilized, but it has to be way higher than in a normal game.
I'm sure that there's somewhere a very nice stat about that.
Yeah. Nahas, please.
Nahas,
or Nox, or someone. Anyone. Anyone.
Alright, we have smoke out for LGD. They want to pressure this. They actually, I mean, 20 minutes in, you know, they're done. Let's go.
And you mentioned 11 skipping over RP, and look at his items now.
Yeah.
Like, he has insane farm, considering he has an Alchemist and an Ursa on his team. So it did pay off for him going very greedily. Yapzor cutting into the trees, looking for someone hiding on the top side.
Oh, he finds Kezu, and Kezu can't do anything. Then he's fine. He X marks himself back, and in the meantime, teleports come in, but it's too late. There's not going to be a black hole for the coming fight. Obviously, there's still Chronosphere.
That is a good use of the X.
Oh, that is a great use of the X. MidOne takes tier 2 top. He knows that if he comes back mid, he can't do anything there, so he's just trying to force LGD back home, and it's working.
Not too many other teams do that. Like most of the teams, you'll see it with like Tinker and Storm perhaps, or if you're like right-clicking the T3 tower, but very rarely will you see them actually go for solo picks like this consistently.
He successfully forces 11 back. That means that the push is off for LGD in mid lane, but I mean that was very scary. They were able to just walk up, take a tower, and then walk up also take down an Enigma who, like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna Manifest and then try to walk, like glide away, but you're very small and slow. You don't have a blink dagger. You can't force that. You can't do anything.
Ghost Scepter might actually be pretty good for him this game. He's up against a lot of physical. I don't think they can actually burst him down through Ghost Scepter.
He's going for blink dagger first.
Yeah. Well, he needs Blink BKB, but I was considering, like, I don't know if BKB is the right item, but I was trying to think of better alternatives. There was what, Blink Octarine, and I think a Ghost Scepter actually might not have been like a bad second item. I don't think it's a good first item, but it's not awful.
Not awful at all. I mean, most of the damage, almost all the damage is physical.
Yep.
That's pretty good. Still tier 1 tower standing actually on the top lane. LGD is free gold on the map for them. I mean, they're again, this game, just like previous game, they're just looking very confident and comfortable in their draft and in their game plan, and they don't feel pressured again at all. Sure, they're the one pressuring Team Secret right now, but just like previous game, are they the ones that have the pressure on them? Not really.
No, the thing is that they're super flexible in the way they play. Like 11's a pretty good safe laner, so they have that option available to him to aggro try, especially with like a hero like Alchemist who doesn't really see that much play in general, let alone in aggro tri lanes. Like being able to do this is huge.
Yeah.
And teams observing the first day of play and looking at the teams that are undefeated, which currently is LGD.
And Team Liquid?
Yeah, LGD, Team Liquid, and I think LGD F-White. There's only 3 teams that are undefeated, so obviously they're going to turn to them for drafts and see how this patch has developed and to get it further ahead in the group stage. And they can be like, well, what can we take away from LGD? They're running everything.
Yeah, that's... Well, what can you take away? You ban at Kunkka. That's what I think you do. You already kill him. Nice kill as well, but generally I would say you ban at Kunkka, because he made a lot happen in that early game. And his Torrents seem to always hit.
Okay, this Orchid pickup by Ursa has not been shown yet. MidOne looks like he's going to push out this wave. He could die right here. Oh no. Oh my god.
Come to be back. Silence them up. In comes the RP. Oh! Actually does not hit Yapzor. I thought they were going to get both there with the RP. They will still probably get both by the looks of things. Indeed, they do. Double kill there for maybe.
And now I wonder if Ember's going to change his quick buy. He's going for Shivas, but now he might need an anti-orchid item.
But he already has got the plate mill.
But he's gonna die. The thing about armor is it's not always that useful versus this sort of physical damage lineup because you get RP'd and then you get cleaved down. And armor doesn't help in that situation. Oh, that was awkward.
Nice Chronosphere though, but 11 is still there already, and that means that, yeah, MP doesn't have any damage either. I mean, he does not have anything. He's silenced up now as well. Now he gets himself out. Still get charged by the Ursa. Nice Malphite coming out. MP's fine.
Big Bad Alchemist is coming through though. Who's gonna stop this guy?
Not a lot of people can stop this guy. Magnus did teleport out, so there are 4 people. Oh, he will be back in a sec. All right, nice stun coming out. It's upon the Oracle, but he's safe for the moment with this promise on. I say for the moment because it's probably not gonna last very long. Kazu, oh, jumped again, and he just can't do anything. He does have his blink dagger, but he blinked in to go for the Midnight Pulse, and he's not able to do anything. And the tier 2 tower drops, and you can just push high ground. There's no buyback.
This could just be.
There's no Chronos.
It's a good game push.
This could be the GG push. Nice X mark. Ursa will be fine. Spiritual Spirit helping with the push.
So Black Hole is going to be the X Factor fight.
No pressure.
No pressure. It's just all on you, Kazu.
Yeah, I mean the Rax is falling in the meantime. And I mean, this Enigma's not back yet. Yeah, 4 seconds, but everybody's gonna be gone by the time he's back. And that was 1 set of racks. That's just how fast it can go. It's looking very scary. How are you gonna deal with this? Is it actually just the black hole?
Yeah, pretty much. Right now, I'm just praying for Alchemist not to break 1,000 GPM. So.
Nice to have your priorities straight, man.
In all seriousness,
How
though.
is he sitting? How much is he sitting?
900. They just need to get.
900 and
Like they're just using their ultimates defensively. Like Oracle had a false promise himself. Fitz's-Wit had a defensively chrono, and Mask of Madness is tough this game because you actually need armor in this lineup when you're up against Venge Alk, 2 minus armor heroes.
They just need damage as well. How are you going to kill an alchemist?
Yeah.
It's not enough. You have to have already the corrosive haze on him.
Yep.
Sure, that helps.
Even then,
Yes,
he has Blade Mail.
He has Blade Mail. You have to have him stuck in a chronosphere because when he starts attacking, he's going to attack when the Vladimir's offering is around him, so he's going to get some life back, and obviously he's going to be able to use his chemical rage as well, so you got to catch him out of that one.
Even if you all in on him, he can still get swapped out.
Yeah.
That's the scariest part.
Roshan in the hands of the Ursa. Maybe having that one. Right, well, at least.
No, don't feed the Eidolons. Oh my god.
Alright, that's a lot of gold right there. Unfortunate. So one of the main things, like if they want to have a shot, everything has to be perfect for Team Secret. And one of the things that has to be perfect, they have to fight in the high ground. So this would be their time. In comes a Chronosphere, they get Alchemist. But Alchemist is fine. The X-Mark will take Ursa back again shortly. We're looking for the black hole, but the RP catches 3. Kezu, he walks in, he gets 1, but the swap is instant. There's no hope for him. He gets chased down. 1 more hit. Kill there for the Ursa again. In the meantime, though, that's Secret able to take down the Alchemist. Still, they take down the Kunkka as well. The buyback comes from the Alchemist. He wants to help out, but it's going to be too late for the Ursa. He has got the Aegis. We'll be back in a second. 11 coming back into this. In comes a crush. It's on time. 11. He's not going to be able to do anything, or is he? He is. He is indeed. Monster kill. As Somnus is fine. Maybe. Takes it back. 3 buybacks from Team Secret. They want to try and save these Rex. Crush coming out, but this Alchemist, he is fat. And he is so difficult to kill. They did it once. Can they do it again? This is, of course, a Bob back Alchemist. Ursa eating the cheese, staying alive, but not for long. By the looks of things, he will still drop. Indeed, he does. Jumping forward, Japster looking for a crush. Can't find it on the Alchemist, and it is going to be a mid to just walk away. Or is he going to walk away? Walk away for the moment. Got himself the Echo Shell on him. Might be able to turn around. He's got a lot of chemical rage coming. X-Mark. That's going to be on MP. Got the walk away. Swap back in though. Taking a lot of damage, and he is not saved by that Oracle. Not at all. They're just running forward. They know that there's no black hole, they know that there's no chronosphere, and they kill off the Oracle, they take the racks, and this is looking very grim for Team Secret.
Oh, that was looking bad for just a second there.
Huh? That Alchemist,
Yeah, way earlier.
Yeah, that Alchemist dying.
Yep. He had the boat buff on him, and then they killed him as
The boat buff were off?
Yeah, the boat buff were
Yeah.
off.
I was actually following the Ursa at that point.
Great discretion by Yao, just sitting on the side, waiting for the black hole, just doing his job.
Yeah.
You have one job, and he did it.
And he did it indeed. The black hole is down for another minute. Looks like perhaps Secret can still fend this off. X mark into boat for Yapsor. He's force-staffing himself away. He's alive for the moment. Gets a crash off. Manages to move a little bit forward, and he runs out another X mark, another Torrent. The blink doesn't work out. There's the RP on 2 remaining heroes of Team Secret, and they both drop, and that should be it. The tier 4s are dropping. The GG is cold, and it's another 2-0 for LGD. So they remain undefeated.
What a sick Alchemist game.
Sick Alchemist game. Very aggressive Alchemist as well. And it's another game under 35 minutes for them as well. 30 minutes. That's all it takes.
Yeah, that was. I have to commend LGD just for their lane play. That was a very difficult laning phase, I would say, to get that far ahead, especially with the audible that Secret pushed the Enigma into the middle lane to make sure that Ursa didn't have a good game. And they kept MidOne down for long enough. MP didn't really get too much value out of his Chronospheres because they were on solo heroes most of the time because they were going for ganks. But LGD, they played it perfectly. They just waited for Alchemist to get Radiance and protected him incredibly well after securing his early lane.
Yeah, it was a solid game from them as they are on top of their group at the end of day 1. Day 1 is not over for all teams yet. I believe you can watch more Dota 2 for the group stages for the International 2017 on twitch.tv/Dota2TI, or of course in the main client.
Yeah, EG Liquid is still going on.
EG Liquid is still going on, so head yourself over there as this was the last game today on this stream. We'll see you back tomorrow. Bye bye.